Good morning, everyone, and I'd like to welcome you all to Bronx Engineering and Technology Academy's open house. I'm going to start off by introducing our team. First, we have our principal, Mr. Houff. We have Ms. Chowdhury. She teaches technology. Ms. Garcia, who is our ninth grade guidance counselor. We also have Mr. Valles, and he is our technical support and also one of our counselors here. And we also have Ms. Katechis, who's a ELA teacher here. Okay, so once again, welcome to our virtual open house. And I'm gonna just go over the agenda real quick so that we all know what's coming up. We're gonna start off with the mission statement and the philosophy of the school. We're gonna briefly go through what a ninth grade program should look like. We're gonna look at what our CTE program has to offer. We're gonna talk about some of the activities that Beta has to offer. We're gonna also show you different ways to contact us through our website and how to apply to our school on My Schools. Without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Houff, our principal.
Good afternoon. So this is like the most 2020, 2021 thing we could do, a virtual open house. So at the end of today, or this, it'd probably be about a half hour, what we want you to have a sense of is what we have to offer. We're not going to try to sell you or convince you that this is the only place you go to high school. I know you're looking at lots of different options, but we really want to get across what we offer and see if that's a good fit for you. And if it's a good fit, awesome, please sign up. If by the time we're done talking, you go, okay, let's cross Beta off the list, that's fine too. So you're in a process of trying to figure out where to go to high school, what the different options are, and what's out there. So feel free to ask us questions. This is a small enough group today, which is great. You've got two options for questions. You can either throw them in the chat and we'll kind of be monitoring that as we go. Or if you want to just go ahead and come off of mute and just ask the question. So I'm going to kind of start us off and paint with really big, broad brushstrokes and talk about what Beta does and who we are and the way we think about things. And then we'll get into the specifics of the different programs and what we offer. So first of all, I think it's important that a school has a good sense of what they're about, right? And we're kind of about three things, right? Primarily. And that's making sure that we're providing an environment that both nurtures and challenges at the same time and really promotes critical thinking, creativity. And that's a balancing act, right? So to be able to encourage you to keep stretching for challenging problems. And that's something we really pride ourselves on, is our ability to hold you up while you're stretching to do something that's more challenging. The second part for us that's really important that we think about a lot is how do we give students at our school an opportunity to actually apply some of the stuff that they're learning in a real world setting, right? So we don't just teaching in a classroom is one thing, but you also need to be able to get out there and really have a chance to engage it, right? So we're in engineering and technology schools, so that becomes easier because we're able to give you opportunities where you're actually applying some of what you're learning in the classroom in real world spaces. And lastly, we think it's really, really important that our students, as they leave Beta, they may decide along the way that they don't want to go into engineering or technology as a career, right? They may have decided that they want to think about nursing, or they want to be a police officer, or they want to go practice law, which is also awesome, right? So, but we do want them to be technologically literate, because that's going to apply to all the different fields that they're going to encounter. So that's the third component part of what we're really thinking about doing. So this is really important for us too, when you're looking at schools. I know it's crazy to think about, I'm in 8th grade and they're going to start talking to me about college while I'm trying to figure out what high school to go to. But that's really kind of where you want to be, is always thinking about what your next step is going to be. And if you pick our school, the question is, are you going to be prepared for college? And our answer is a resounding yes, right? So if you come here, unlike a lot of other schools, you're actually going to have a 4-year sequence of math and science that's required at our school. Throughout the city and throughout the state, only 3 years are required, but we require 4. You're going to be prepared for Regents exams. We have a National Honor Society. You're going to have an opportunity to do some internships and some job shadowing. We have a number of advanced placement classes. And an AP class is how it's commonly referred to, is an opportunity to take a college level class while you're in high school and get college credit for it. So when you start in college, you've already got some college credits under your belt. Also makes you a much more attractive candidate when you're applying to college. We also have a partnership with Lehman College and the College Now program. So you can start taking some college classes actually off of our campus in your junior and senior year and go start college classes there. The thing we're probably proudest of is our CTE endorsement, and that's an actual technical certification. Ms. Chowdhury will give some more specifics as she goes through that particular program. It's something that very few schools offer to their students, especially in the Bronx, is to be able to earn this certification. And then the other thing that we have that we think is pretty cool is access to a lot of folks that are actually doing engineering and technology, right? So the ability to go work with some of the construction companies, Manhattan College, women's mentoring programs, PACE. Our partnerships are strong. So you'll have an opportunity to work with those if you choose to come to Beta. And lastly, and I said I'd paint with some pretty broad brushstrokes. So this is important to us too, just trying to figure out who we are and the way we run our school. We think collaboration is really key. If you decide you want to go into engineering or a technology field, it's not something that you do in isolation. It's something that you do when you're working with other people. So collaboration for us is huge. We also think it's important that, I mentioned it earlier, but that hands-on piece, that you're literally constructing knowledge as you go, that as you learn something, you get to apply it and you build these different pieces together, both literally and in your mind. And the last part of it is, we think it's really key for our teachers and for our students to have dialogue and discussion, that we're able to talk through what we're thinking about and do it in a way that really builds our knowledge and helps other people understand what we're thinking.
Let's look at what a typical ninth grade program would look like.
Yes, good morning. I'm Ms. Garcia. I'm the ninth grade school counselor at Beta. Welcome, parents and future Beta students, staff, teachers. So the ninth grade schedule for your child next year will be English 9 class. We also gonna give the student the Global History 1 class. The science class that they'll be taking is the Living Environment. If your child passed the Living Environment Regents and have taken that course in 8th grade and passed the Regents, they will be programmed for Earth Science. They will also be taking a math class, which will be Algebra 1. And once again, if your child has taken the Algebra 1 in 8th grade and passed the Regents exam, they'll be taking the Algebra 2. We're also going to be scheduling them for the advisory class. The advisory class is a class that will a teacher will be working with your child regarding the college program. We also offer social and emotional support during that class. They will also be taking the Career Financial Management class. That's one of the first sequence in the CTE that Ms. Chowdhury will talk about later. The last class they will be taking is a physical education class, which is a gym. Thank you.
Now we'll briefly open up for questions, if anyone has any questions about anything that they've seen so far.
And feel free to throw those in the chat too, okay? Looks like we're good.
Okay, so let's move on. And what we're going to look at is our CTE program. And for that, I'm going to introduce to you once again, Ms. Chowdhury.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ms. Chowdhury. I'm one of the CTE teachers at Beta. As Mr. House already said, we're one of the few schools in the Bronx that offer a track in CTE, which stands for Career and Technical Education. Our track specializes in engineering, and we also offer a few courses in technology. So we do some programming courses either in class, or we have outside clubs or activities that are kind of geared towards it. So throughout the 4 years at Beta, students learn about different 3D modeling softwares. And then at the end, in 12th grade, they get a certification. They take a certification exam in 3D modeling, Inventor, Autodesk. As part of a CT student at Beta, students get to participate in several work-based learning opportunity. So when they come into Beta, they're in a track, right? So 9th grade, they take Career and Financial Management. 10th grade, they take Digital Electronics. 11th grade, they take Architecture and Civil Engineering. 12th grade, they take Engineering and Design. And with those courses, they do learning beyond the classes. So they participate in programs like ACE, where they shadow and work with engineers from the field. So they get to learn about different careers in engineering. They participate in a program called Build, where they are able to actually launch their business idea and work with mentors to actually develop that business. They work in programs like ISP, where they're actually, they're hosted by professionals in the industry. They work and be in a paid internship in companies like Con Ed, MTA, and they get to actually be exposed to careers in the field of their choice. We have the same thing for the summer youth program. We have a partnership where students get to learn about, so last year we did 3D printing, and that was part of our summer program. So they do a lot of hands-on activities through our program. So if your child is interested in engineering technology, please tell them to check out our website, or if they want more information, they can always email us. Thank you.
If there are no questions, we're going to go right on to activities and sports. Yay! And for that, we're going to see Ms. Katechis.
Hi, parents, and thank you so much for joining us today on this beautiful Saturday afternoon for our virtual open house. My name is Ms. Katechis, and I'm an English teacher at Bronx Engineering and Technology Academy. And we're so excited you're joining us today. And we hope to have your children in our classrooms come the fall. A little bit about our school and our extracurricular activities. We have so many opportunities for student leadership, which includes student government, campus council, the Certiport, Autodesk, Inventor Test Prep that Ms. Chowdhury was discussing a few slides ago. The gaming club, which is very popular with many of our students, and that would be in person as well as virtual. And to continue the community from inside the schools to, during breaks, vacations, the kids can still connect with one another on their gaming devices, as well as we have an IT support team. So we call them the Mouse Squad. So they help with all of the technology in the school. It gives them a real sense of leadership and empowerment. And it's a very successful group of students that are doing that, and they really enjoy it. We also offer tutoring for all subjects. SAT prep, all of that is obviously to no cost. That is part of the Department of Education. So there's a lot of great things that we offer. And the only thing that students have to give us is time. We also have a wonderful PSAL athletic, which is shared by the Kennedy campus and all the schools in our building. So we have so much to offer. It's hard to fit into one little slide, but we hope to meet you all in person very soon, as well as meeting your children and teaching them in our classrooms.
And in addition to all of those activities, we also believe that New York City is just one big learning experience. So we try to offer as many trips as possible. Last year, we saw several Broadway musicals, Chicago, Beetlejuice. We also, through the CTE program, the students also are exposed to professional sports figures. We do a lot of visits to different college campuses because we try to encourage all kids and expose them all to the college life as much as possible. And also, as Ms. Katechis mentioned, we're also part of the Public School Athletic League, which is PSAL. Because we're part of PSAL, we can participate in sports across New York City, New York State, and also across the country. And some of the teams that they're a part of are the football, baseball, basketball, bowling, golf, gymnastics, handball, track, soccer, tennis, cross country, stunt, you name it, we have it. So if your child is very active and they want to participate, they can do so as long as they have an average of at least 75 to 80, and they must have 80% attendance to participate. So if there's no questions, I'm just going to say, once again, my name is Mr. Dixon, and I'm the assistant principal here at Bronx Engineering and Technology Academy. Once again, I thank you for joining us today. I want you to know that we had a wonderful time, and if you're excited about our school and you really want your child to enroll, we encourage you to have them choose number 1 on the high school choice list. And that's in My Schools, the program My Schools. And our code is X61X. Once again, our code is X61X. If you want further information, you can always check out our website, which is www.betahighschool.org. www.betahighschool.org. And that's where you can go to see videos that'll instruct you on how to fill out the high school application and all that good stuff. Also, you can follow us on Instagram. Our Instagram IG is Beta Bronx. And if you have any questions, you can also call. Right now, our number is 856-208-7689. Or you can email us at info@betahighschool.org. The person that you'll get will be our parent coordinator, who is Margarita Bryce. She has as much information as we do, and if she doesn't have the information, she'll direct you to one of us. Mr. House, would you like to say a few words to close out the program?
Yeah, absolutely. We're really excited that you guys took a little time out of your beautiful Saturday to join us, and we appreciate it. I answered 1 or 2 questions over in the chat. So we do have a uniform, which is a polo shirt. It can actually be purchased right off of our website, and it's not really a fundraiser for us, so it's at cost. Yeah, so hopefully as you're shopping around, right? So congratulations, you're still fairly early in this strange process of trying to figure out where you want to go to high school. If what we said today made some sense to you and you go, you know what, that sounds really cool. I was excited about the sports and I like all the engineering and technology. Fantastic, we would love to have you. If you listen to it and you're like, I don't know, let me check around a little bit more. That also makes complete sense. By all means, do that. If you want to follow up with one of us and just kind of have a one-on-one conversation, use the number that we shared or go on the website and just reach out to us. And we're happy to set something up and kind of walk you through it, whether it's figuring out how to apply to the school or frankly, any school. You know, if you're just trying to figure out the process, we're happy to talk you through that. And we wish you the best of luck as you're figuring out where to go to high school. So we're glad you joined us today. I'll stick around for a minute or 2 on this link. So if you have a specific question, you can hang out or you can throw it in chat as well. Other than that, have a great afternoon.